Hello and welcome to my first look at the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Complete Official Guide Collector's Edition by Piggyback. It's just been released, or it was due to be released, next week. There was a slight delay, and at one point I even received an email from Amazon of a new estimated delivery date of July the 3rd. You may wonder, super, we're past Zelda, we're past Tears of the Kingdom. That came out in May. It was released in May, but it seems like this is the norm for a lot of video game guides now, to release them later. But Tears of the Kingdom is such a massive game that I haven't explored everything in it. Diablo 4 came along, and so did Final Fantasy 16. But as you know, I'm a massive Zelda fan, and I did actually pick up the Breath of the Wild collector's guide right here, which is gorgeous. And I kind of wish that they had this sort of cover for the new one. A bit of a shame, but yeah, this is gorgeous. And you may remember me reviewing this book all those years ago. But it came with a really cool map. Let's unwrap this then. I have to say that Amazon did not package this very well, and I've already left some quite harsh feedback. Amazon, what's gone on with Amazon? They've gone for quantity over quality. I used to buy a lot of books from Amazon because they package them well. Nowadays they seem more intent of sending you your books as quickly as possible, and they don't really mind what kind of condition they get to you in. I've had a few books that have been dented in their journeys. But anyway, price of one of these collector's edition guides is £30. So it's quite a pricey book. Of course, it's cheaper than a Warhammer rulebook, of course, but you get this. It says return to a Hyrule transformed. And yes, it does say £30 there. 35 euros, 60 Australian dollars, 60 Canadian dollars, 45 US dollars. So, first things first, do we get a map? Doesn't look like we get a map at all. So, already we're marking some points off. No map, £30 and no map. That's a real shame, Piggyback. Let's go through. I mean, the cover looks lovely, and this inside. I do like the swirls. You see them on the actual switch as well, on the back, and of course on the dock as well. Absolutely lovely. But let's have a flick through this guide. It says dive in. Yeah, they've been creating guides for 25 years. I remember picking up game guides back in the day from Piggyback. So you've got a quick start guide. That's very nice. Primer. Oh yeah, I better just tell you how many pages there are. 498. And we're going to go through all of them, guys. All of them. All 500 pages. So sit back and relax. You've got the game structure, commands, skipping cutscenes, difficulty, saving, navigation, on-screen display. I mean, the game in the first part kind of like teaches you a lot of the controls and things at this sort of starting area. It's still my game of the year so far. Even though I've played Diablo, even though I've played Final Fantasy, I still keep coming back to Zelda. It's not just Breath of the Wild. It's not. I don't know what it is about Tears of the Kingdom, but you get to a point where you've been playing it and something just flicks in your mind, and you get into the routine of wanting to play it more. There's no achievements, there's no gamer score, there's no trophies. The adventure is its own reward. It's like an undescribable reward through exploration and quests. Yeah, there's some resource gathering and things. the thing is, there's a few of the big heavy hitter games, there's one or two things that I kind of dislike about them, whereas this I can't really say I dislike about anything. If there was one thing, it could be loading screens, but they're not too bad. Not too bad at all. Definitely not as bad as Breath of the Wild. Everything just feels very well optimized. You'd expect it to. It's Nintendo on their console. I've played it a mixture of on the OLED and also docked with the Pro controller. It's a fantastic experience on both. Little introduction to the Great Sky Island. Now, of course, there may well be spoilers. You know, this is a guide. I can't really do this without any spoilers. So, got an intermission. Lots and lots of text. You can see why it takes them so long. Sage of the Wind. I do like these notable landmarks and reward look. They're fantastic. Sage of Fire. How to upgrade your armour. Sage of Water. Sage of Lightning. The 5th stage. Sage even. The Master Sword and Finale. Main quests. So you've got the Great Sky Island. I like how they put all of the markings there on the map. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's quite cool that they've put like trackers there of how to get to certain places. Oh wow, a little bit of a guide for the Wind Temple. All the temples are very satisfying, I think. They follow similar kind of routes in a way. What would have been my favourite temple? Not sure. Probably the Water Temple, actually. Sage of Water. That's quite grand, the Water Temple. It was open though, it's like an open temple. Oh, so Sage of Lightning. It's great because it gives you boss guides as well. Really spurs me on to pick up the Elden Ring guide. Hyrule Castle. The 5th Sage. So you're getting onto a bit of a spoiler area, I guess. I keep quiet for these areas. Okay, let's quickly skip through that. And then you've got shrines. So yes, they've gone through the overview map of all the shrines. It's just a shame that they didn't include a map. Really does suck. Like, this map was very useful for me, and I'm not quite sure the shrines are in the same place really, but yeah, this map was incredibly useful. I thought it's a bit dark though. I would have preferred it lighter, you know. I mean, why they couldn't have done it green instead of, you know, really dark brown is a bit odd. It's harder to see, isn't it? But yeah, it was still a good map. And this is a lighter map, so having this as a cloth map or something with this edition would have been perfect. Then you've got the shrine map in the sky. Oh, was there the depths map as well? No, no depths map yet. Not sure we'll get one. Shrine directory. So it goes through all the shrines, how to solve the puzzles. So yeah, it goes through every single shrine, look, for many, many pages. Many pages. So if there's particular shrines that you need help on, I haven't really got stuck on any of them. And even when I have, I've kind of forced my way through completing them. So yeah, keeps going and going all the way through to, look at those. Oh, and then it goes to Eldin Sky, Akala Sky, Central Hyrule Sky. Oh, you've got two page keepers, green and gold. I'm not sure whether it would be better to have blue and gold, but green and gold sort of makes sense a little bit. You know, Link and Triforce maybe. And then you've got side adventures, which is the part of the book that I've been looking forward to the most, because you can go through all of the different side adventures. Oh yes, and then all of the messages from an ancient era. So yeah, you go through the side adventures for the areas. Look, that one was a funny one. I like that one. Yeah. And Faron, Gerudo, Great Hyrule Forest. So all of these side quests, even depths as well. You've got Master Koga of the Yiga clan, or Yiga clan. Additional adventures as well. The Hino locations. Bubble gems. And Bubble Frog coordinates. So many. Addison's signboards. Look how many signboards there are. Loads. And then side quests. So you've got a directory there with all the page numbers of where these side adventures are. Even a full list of the wells. Wow, this is proper in depth, isn't it? Stables as well. Flight training. I enjoyed that one. A little bit about Eldin. Misko's Treasure of Awakening, so goes through the treasures, which I'm looking forward to going through a bit more. I mean, you know a game is big and chock full of content when it has a 500-page guidebook. I mean, I would have liked the font to be a little bit larger. Might just mean me getting older, but all of these side quests. I like the page furniture, you know, these swirls, and I do like where you are on the list. Look, you've got side quests and then Gerudo, and then side quest Faron is this nice quick look. Atlas. So you've got a legend there, map coordinates, Skyview Towers. Obviously, you know, unlocked all the Skyview Towers. Koroks. Interesting. So look at the additional inventory slots. Look. So you've got shield stash. You can have up to 20. So shield stash, it'll cost you 20 Korok seeds to get 16. You get an extra 10 slots for the weapon stash. Caves, every single cave on those 2 pages. Map of the surface atlas. That's very useful. Wow, so they've broken down the Oh, it's a full atlas, isn't it? Wow. This is incredible. So much detail. It's so exhaustive. It's superseded my expectations. Other than the map, you know, I would have liked a map in this kind of colour, like a lighter brown. Wow, that is a big, big atlas. How many pages is the atlas? Wow, it just keeps going. Look at that. It keeps going to about there. Then you've got village maps. You've got the depths, so you've got a depths atlas. Remember guys, you know, if you haven't played this game before, you've got the surface, then you've got the same size map below, and then you've got a map above in the sky. You know, it's not the same size in the sky, obviously, in terms of like land, but there are many, many islands and things up there to explore. So yeah, then you've got the depths. It tells you all the treasures and things. I'd like to know sort of how long I've spent in the depths as compared to like the surface though. That would be interesting. Overview map of the sky. You've got a sky atlas too. So there you go, look at that. For the Great Sky Island where the Temple of Time is. Wow. So you've got an atlas for all three sort of levels of the game really, and that is, it's about 90 pages 90 pages just for the atlas there. Fantastic. Inventory, excellent. So you've got added effects, and it tells you like the armor, and it also tells you the materials. This is going to be very useful for me. And you've got the Great Fairies, unique materials, fruit requirements, farming, so lots of ore farming, so all locations. Armour, you've got all the armour sets in the game. This is fantastic. Very, very cool. So there's a few armours that I haven't seen already there. I've seen most of them. You got Majora's Mask there, and Midna's helmet, Tingle's hood, even more armour, bows, all the list of bows there, and the shields. And then weapons. So you've got all one-handed weapons, elemental weapons, one-handed weapons continue, two-handed weapons, and then materials and what they do. I think we'll also have recipes. Cooking, there we go, so a full section on cooking, meals and elixirs, what the differences are, and look at all these delicious meals. 2, 4, I guess 5 pages full of recipes. I made a nut cake by accident, but you've got wildberry, you've got a wildberry crepe, you've got a carrot cake, pumpkin pie, cheesecake even, you know. I'm gonna enjoy looking at those and see which ones I haven't created yet. Zonai devices, or Zonai, I just call them Zonai. Key items, fabrics, wow, lots of fabrics there. Mini games, amiibo, so which amiibos unlock what? I've got Wolflink, and Wolflink did unlock the Mirror of Twilight fabric for me, but I also have Link from Super Smash Bros, and he unlocked Epona for me. There are other horses that can be slightly better than Epona, but you've got mini games and bestiary. enemy ranks and world level. So very specific conditions that determine enemy rank upgrades. That's very important to note. Constructs, bokoblins and boss bokoblins, and moblins. I've seen all the silver variants now. They're pretty tough. Style monsters, choo-choos, likes, whiz robes are just weak as anything, keezes, Peblets, Octoroks. I wish there were a few more enemies though. Gibdo and Moth Gibdo, sub-bosses, Flux Constructs, Talus, Hinox or Hinox, Moldugas, and Frox. I think I fought Obsidian Frox, and Lionels. Gleox, King Gleox is obviously all three, fire, ice and lightning. And then bosses. Dragons and their flight paths, I guess. So you've got Nadra, Dinral, Farosh, and the Light Dragon. And then the index, going through every single thing there, and then some credits as well. So there you go, that is 500 pages. I will say this is textured. The circles and rings are textured. It's very nice. It says here the complete official guide, collector's edition. It's lovely. It's a complete change, you know, to Breath of the Wild's guide. It doesn't have, you know, that kind of artwork, but I think it goes well with the Switch console and the controller actually as well. What do you guys think of this Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Collector's Edition guide? Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for watching. Link protects.